Welcome to the
My
show,
God,
Sports
how
Hip
you?
Hop with DJ Mad Max, Live 365, iHeartRadio, Gotham EP available on all platforms now, Harlem's own. Hass Irv, welcome to the show, man. How's everything going?
Everything is great, bro. Can't complain, bro. EP just dropped, new music out. Everybody's fucking with it, been getting good feedback. Can't complain, bro. Can't complain.
Hopscotch.
House guys, and I'm his house guys,
Yeah.
literally, literally. Interview with you, talking to you. God bless, bro. God is the greatest, bro. And
He
he is.
def he definitely is, man. And
Yeah.
and you've been doing this for a while. You've been in this industry since a youngin. When I look at it, just your
Yeah.
time with Asylum. We'll get into everything, but with Gotham, how's the reception been this far? Who are some people that have kind of reached out to you that's kind of sparked, some interest there to be like, wow, man, I have some big supporters in my corner with this still.
Right, right. I mean, shit. Damn near. Like damn near all the people in the city who like people want to tap in with. I got on the radar like Gabe and supporting me. I got like dudes from back in it. I got people who I haven't seen in years, like just not even like big names, just people that just coming out the woodworks, hit me up, like shouting me out, giving me props and shit like that. All of my peers, obviously, like all of my peers, like my son Fergie Baby, 27 Deli, like a bunch of name. I can't even think off the top. I don't really pay attention and stuff like that per se, but just as a collective, everybody hit me up, like giving me good feedback is just enough for me to know. Like for me, I kind of already knew before I even dropped it. So
That's big. What's been the biggest track so far that's been getting the biggest praise that you noticed, the most listened? What's that hit record off this?
telling on me for sure. That's the third track. It's been for sure getting like the right traction and shit. But at the same time, I dropped it a week before the project as a single. So rightfully so, I feel like just everybody's going with the one that's getting the most love right now. But we'll see later on. Like I got videos to almost every song. So we'll really see in a few coming weeks. I'm not
Oh,
really like leaning towards just one yet, but yeah.
what's the video that you're going to be dropping for the next song?
Mm, telling on me out now. Watch Telling on Me. Stay tuned for the next one. Cause I don't want to give a promise and it be something else. But I could tell you I got a video for every song on the tape. Put it like that. I got a video for every song on the project.
Oh, he's prepared. He's dropping one at a time.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. On the top, for sure.
Have you thought about trying to create some sort of custom sneaker for the album? Because I know you're a big sneaker guy.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm definitely a sneakerhead. Nah, I ain't not for the project. Like I ain't thinking no like Gotham shoe, but like I do want to do. I want to do a sneaker for sure. I'll do a shoe with Nike or one else. Whoever holler first and drop the bag, man. I'm here, and I got
Yeah.
ideas for days. I got designs for days.
Big into fashion. How do you feel about the current fashion sense now in 2024? You still got, I see you, you're all flossed out here for the interview. You're always flossed out and you're from Harlem. Everyone from Harlem is fly. So how do you feel about the current fashion state just in 2024 overall?
um, to be honest, like fashion is all over the place right
Mhm.
now. I like it. I like how people trying to be themselves and like how everybody trying to put their own spin to it, add their own little sauce to it. But then I feel like it's like with anything, it's like you know how they say it's no rules, but then it's like soon as you say it's no rules, then everybody do what they want. You get what I'm saying? It's like and then people cross boundaries. It's like that I don't like because people will wear whatever and mix it with some like people would do anything that's just loud to get attention and say it's fly. Like no, it's just loud. It's just attention. You're just seeking attention. But that's my take on fashion. But I feel like nowadays fashion is just anything that just catch people attention. Like I said, like people just call it fashion if it goes viral. So like, but at the end of the day, I'm an advocate of being yourself. So even though I don't like all the like in between, it's always gonna win me over because be yourself. For me.
Always be yourself. There's a lot of people trying to be other
Be
people
yourself.
out there, and that's not the way to go. You got to develop your own character, your own scheme.
Right. Develop your own character. Like Zach, listen to Mad Max. If anybody said it, he said it right. Develop your own character. People don't be wanting to develop themselves. They be in a rush to get everybody else results, and they don't even know if their results are gonna be better than what they're looking at. Feel me?
That's a fact. Sneakers, I remember hearing about you saying at a time that sneakers was dead. This was a couple years ago, just hearing you when doing my research. Do you still feel as though sneakers are dead, or are they kind of on the up and up again?
Mm, nah, it's still dead.
Still
Like,
dead. I
I
agree.
remember sneakers reselling, but sneaker culture, like I feel like sneaker culture is just no longer growing. Like I don't think it's dead. Sneaker reselling is dead because before I feel like you know what I'm saying? Like you could be somebody who semi doesn't know all about kicks and shit like that. You can still make some bread. You know, you could probably fuck around, still get your favorite shoe if you want to get it. Or like, you know, it was just like a culture, but like behind this shit, like, you know what I mean? You don't gotta be all the way in it. Or you could be all the way in it. Either way, it was like incentive for everybody to want to be a part of the shit. You get what I'm saying? Versus now, I feel like the only people who's winning is the corporate companies, the celebrities who's doing the collabs, the influencers who's getting seeded the product to do the marketing for the collabs. Like the consumers is really just getting fucked. You get what I'm saying? We're not really getting no real experience no more. It's not like how it was with a box, the paper, you smelling the it's not like that no more. Now it's like, you feel me? Like quick, like you at the register, they go cash a card, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, where's the fucking sentiment, value? You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. But besides that, like, me personally, like, I still rock with just like all the sneaker, like all the sneaker community stuff, all the like later, like all the cool drops. I'm still on the hype shit. Like, if it's cool, like even if it's like not all the way, dope. If it's a cool artist behind it or a cool creative, like coming on a up and up, emerging, getting a good opportunity, I'll support it, shit like that. But as far as just seeing the culture growing, like I remember it was a point in the 2010s, early 2020s. I remember the sneaker market cap was like some billion, trillion, crazy number. Like, you feel me? I don't think it's going past whatever that number was. You feel
No, I feel as though the designs have gotten lazy from Nike. When you look at
me? Yeah,
especially like the LeBrons and the Kobe's, I noticed they're re-releasing some of the old the prototypes,
yeah,
but it's all bland now. There's no really new creative designs out there, and the shoe designs overall
right.
have gotten worse since the LeBron nines and tens. Really, since they've gone up, it's
Literally.
gotten worse. Yeah,
Damn, you know about the joint, the nines and the tens.
yeah, the
LeBron
nines and
nines are
tens.
that's my favorite silhouette as LeBron. I think not even just the model, but I think just that time period. That was a good time in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I definitely got respect for that silhouette and a lot of the designers and people who was on board with Nike at that time. But yeah, you're definitely right, bro. They got lazy, especially with just retroing some of the crazy, like, bro, like, how the fuck do I have fucking how do I have Pearl KDs like dead stock, my nigga? Like, yeah, I want them, but it's just like the sentiment is gone. Like, I'm gonna just wear those shits to the store now. But it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in the day, I wanted to get married and Yeezys. I wanted to go to the prom and in the Tiffany dunks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was life. Kid you
It
not.
was. It really was. I remember that time period with the LeBron nines, the
Right,
KD fives and the fours there. You got the Ant Pearls. That was a special time for
right.
sneakers. Even with Jordans, like I look at Jordans now, they're always going to be iconic. But once you had a lot of pairs, like I look at it when I've had all these pairs over the years, I'm just not motivated to buy them like I used to be because once I've had them, I want
No,
something different.
no, yeah, for sure. It's not the same motivation for sure. You're right. You're right. I think it's just I think it's the experience. Like, it's the experience. I remember when Sean Witherspoon did his Air Max 97s, and we had to go to like Virginia and do this and like it was mad extra. Like, I feel like it was just like the hunt. It was almost like we was working to get the shoe, but the reward was also just as big because you're not just getting a regular shoe. At the time, it was before it was StockX and this and that, and people were like trying to outbid each other to take the lowest ask. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah. Nah, for real. Damn, nah, we really just locked in on the whole sneaker combo, my boy. We ain't even
Yeah.
yeah.
And how do you
Nah,
feel
it's
about
not
because
funny.
because I'm someone that's different. How do you feel about Ewing sneakers? Have you had a pair of Ewings?
You know what's so crazy? Like, I wanted those just on some to be different shit, but my money wasn't up to be just buying like side quest sneakers at the time. So at that time, I had to whatever money I got for sneakers, I had to go big or go home.
Yeah.
Those was like a cool shoe. I felt like if you had enough money, you'll have a pair in your closet. But I ain't have enough to fuck around. Like my rotation had to be solid for the money that
Yeah.
I was getting. So when I got bread, I always made sure I hold it till I get a heavy hitter. You know what I mean? I might miss a couple side quests a little, but fuck it, who cares? As long as I got in my infrared sixes or my, my shit like that. All right, cool. I'm a Mr. Ewings. You know, later on I'll get money as an adult. I'll go back.
Go
Would I
back
go
and
back as
yeah.
an adult? If I came across a cool, solid colorway and it was like just around, sure, but I don't think I'd probably go back fishing for those. Like, nah. Tim Duncan's, yeah, I'll go for the Tim Duncan. I go for some Tim Duncan. I need a pair right now though. But
Dunkins.
yeah, Duncan's, the Duncans. Like,
Do you still have the Travis Scott shoes that you won off the sneakers app?
nah, damn,
Long time ago.
I probably not even that pair. That's the funny part. I got Travis Scott shoes, but once you said the one I want off the sneakers app is like, bro, that shit probably long gone. Who knows? Yeah, hell yeah, nah, that shit gone. I definitely like Travis's work with Nike though. In general, he definitely somebody who like I want to come follow behind and come in if not Nike, like one of those big brands and come in and, make that type of impact, for not only for the brand, but also for my community and my culture and be able to like turn a partnership like that's just supposed to be really two different cultures and two different brands colliding into something bigger than life that could, create job opportunities, create, more lanes for other creatives who could create, hype for like, even people who make money or find a way to live off of like reselling product and shit like that. Like it just makes bro it changes things for so many people just besides the artist and the brand, and it makes like look at when Travis first dropped his first Nike to now how many things have happened, how many events, how many shoes have come out, how many like lives have changed, bro. It's like for me it's inevitable to can't like you can't try to downplay the power of a shoe, bro. Like for me, even though we stepping on it every day and walking, and the bottom of it's touching the dirt, it's like still like you feel me, like that shit kind of molded niggas' lives, like niggas' childhood, bro. Like word.
It is. And you've been in this fashion space for a while now, especially with getting embraced and working with Dapper Dan. I know the story behind you getting to be a part of that show and everything, but what was your most memorable conversation with Dapper Dan being out there in Harlem? Because he's a legend in the fashion space.
He relate. He from the hood, like you know what I'm saying. Everybody know him as Dapper Dan, as this famous designer who makes clothes like turns Gucci clothes into like 101 extravagant pieces for anywhere from the biggest doughboy to your biggest celebrity. But like us in Harlem, like the people of the community who just walk day by day, whether it's on foot or just taking a bus or the train or driving, like we know Dap as Uncle Dap. Like you feel me? That's everybody uncle. Like when you see him, he gonna stop, give you advice, talk to you, tell you what you need to hear. Like he give you that pep talk for you to keep pushing. And I think the that's the duality of it that makes him so special, is that like he has that superstardom to him at the age that he is. Like I don't even know how old he is, to be honest, but I know he got that nigga old. But that nigga is definitely he old, but he young. You get what I'm saying? Like he old, but he's dead young, because it's young people out here that's not even walking the amount of miles that he walk up and down the whole Harlem from 105th to one, I don't know what street. I don't see him stop. He just be walking. Not stop. But he's a good guy, bro. And definitely one of the realest things he's told me is just the hardest thing is gonna be the hardest thing for like dudes like us to do is just graduate from the corner. So, just don't give up and shit like that. And just keep pushing, and my head is in the right direction. Just shit like that. Like, shit you want, older figure in your life that's doing good or did legendary shit to tell you, for me. So like that.
Yeah, he's
Like
someone
that.
that's done it all from the fashion, just all the icons that he's worked
Yeah.
with the album covers and the clothing and everything, and
Mhm.
just him being a pioneer in it, really, and just really being the first one to sit down with these big luxury companies and make deals.
It's a
That's
fact.
that's something a lot of people that I've talked to, they make their own things, but Dapper Dan has gotten in there to work with people like that.
It's a fact. He literally was bootlegging Gucci and then got a collab with them.
Yeah,
Nothing, yeah, like it's legendary. I mean, some
legendary, no doubt about
nigga,
it.
he made pieces for people we don't watch their story millions of times, paid in full, juice, all of this shit. It's like he really done been there. He was a part of this movement. Like he survived it. Like what we talking about? He survived the 80s in Harlem.
Yeah.
Talking about.
Crazy. And you have an interesting story too, because I learned about it with you going out to Africa. Your parents sent you out there because they got a divorce. So how was it with being out there and coming back, because you had to balance both living traditions? Because then now you knew how it was to live out in Africa, but then you had to come back here to Harlem and New York and mold back into the American lifestyle. So how was it to balance the two cultures?
It's like I didn't even realize I was doing it. For, like you know how when you're doing something, you don't realize you're doing it. You're just doing it. You get what I'm saying? And then when you reflect back, it's like, damn, I really did. Now when you talk about it, like when you repeat it back to somebody, it's like you hear yourself say what you did, and it's like, wow, like I really did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel when I just think about my upbringing and my time back home and stuff like that. Cause it's like sometimes I do think about why I function the way I like how why I move the way I move, why I function how I move, or what even instills certain attributes in me. But I think it was definitely from being in Africa at a young age and then coming back to America and then growing up out here and becoming Americanized, but still having certain tendencies and traditions like, stuck inside me and shit. So I definitely feel like, just the little stuff, like, religion, fucking, culture, food, the stuff we eat, the way we treat my bad. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, somebody called my phone, did something. But yeah, just like, like just in general, the culture, like food, the things we eat, the way we treat our elders, the way we like interact with our siblings, the way we interact with our parents, the way we like, greet each other in the street. All of those things is what molded me to be different from just any other rapper from New York who's even any other African rapper from New York. Because I mean, even other African friends that I have, whether they're a rapper or not, didn't have the same story as me, like being born here and sent back, or whether they was grew up over there and came here, but they wasn't born here or whatever. So I feel like my story was so unique to a T that it couldn't be nobody else but me to be me, to do the things that I do. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And I remember just learning about you when doing my research that you want to go back there and develop a music scene. So have you kind of put the pieces in motion for you to go back there
Yeah,
and bring some music culture there to where you're from in Africa?
yeah, yeah, hell yeah. I've been on it. Well, not even on some like, but going out there having meetings, labels, this, that. But my last trip, I just went with the mentality like, okay, like I know I'm starting to really like learn this shit. Like I'm really starting to like, gain resources and stuff like that. I might not be in a position where like, my song blew up. I'm like rich as fuck. I could sign niggas, do this, do that. But like the time that I've been making music and maneuver my way around, I was able to like learn certain things that I feel like somebody who's just getting started or somebody who's looking to like really push themselves, they could use that information, or not even just the information, the resources that I have that's around me might take somebody just as long. Like it might have took me 5 years to get it. Why would it have to take somebody who's next to me 5 years if I have it right now? You know what I'm saying? And we could all use it to push each other. Who knows? Who's to say the other artist that's next to me, he has no issue getting millions of views. He just don't know how to make money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I'm just looking at it like bigger than just my country. Like I want to be able to help other artists and creatives everywhere. Like, but at the same time, I don't want to be like walking people to water blindly, and then we get there and it's like an empty pond or a dry lake. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm still moving at my own pace, still mapping out the blueprint, but now I'm starting to like go to places with just an open mind. Like, all right, like these are my brothers in Africa right here. They talented. Say no more. Like I want my brothers to win everywhere. It's not just a block. You feel me? It's not just where I grew up at. Like I got brothers all across the world. You feel me? So, and the opportunities that could boost my brothers in America might not be the same as the opportunities that could boost my brothers in Africa, and that might not be the same opportunities that could boost my brothers in Europe. So for America, it might be liquid. You know, maybe dudes want to see this artist with a chain or this that. In Africa, they might just need to shoot a video. And that might just be giving one of the homies a camera, just so they could be seen because they already getting the plays. You know what I'm saying? So it's little shit like that. This is where I'm just so it's not easy, you get what I'm saying? Because bro, like we going up against labels that have been doing this shit for hundreds of years and already own everything, stations, radios, this, that. They got the equipment, they got the newest, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like we not educated financially and shit. Like I done fucked up 50,000 a couple times, big bro. So me personally, like I'm just trying to move at my own pace and then just bring in people who's really hungry, ready to win, and also like looking within to see where their potential is, not really looking for handouts or nothing like that, because it could be today or tomorrow, it could be in 2 years, 3 years, but I know when it happens, like me and the people around us, we're gonna be ready. I mean,
Yeah,
um,
I could tell you prepared. Yeah, I like your mindset on everything, just bringing people together and helping others out. Because a lot of times people are in it for themselves and they want to go out there. And I think at times they may have been burned by other people, but I feel as though with you want to unite and really do something that no one else has done before, and that's big. That's what's going to separate you from the rest.
right, right, not for sure. I'm with you on the first part too. Is I don't even be taking it more so like people is bad or like they like you can be selfish. Goddamn, I feel like if you want to get to where you really, 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 really like where you want to be, you gotta be selfish. But
Hmm.
it's just you know like in where we are, it's a team sport, and we got a lot of people who they'll show you the ball like they about to pass it. You get what I'm saying? Just so you could kind of like, but they really trying to score themselves versus we passing the ball. We making a play. You get what I'm saying? So we already know what the play is. I'm gonna pass you the ball. He gonna go to the key. You're gonna pass to him. Boom, and we know who's gonna score. We not mad that I'm not mad I ain't scored. So I know I'm passing you the ball to score so we get the win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just I don't take it personal because, like you said, some people's traumatized. Like some people really done been hurt. Some people done really been fucked over. And then if you talking about music business, is like it's a big business. You know what I'm saying? It's big, it's small, but it's also very big. Like you know what I'm saying? Big in the aspect of like it's a big world and it's a lot of people, and money is the root of all evil, bro. And we don't really know like what some of these people go through. So I just really just try to protect my energy, and I try to protect the people around me and just share as much information. I just try to share everything, bro, because we all we got. You feel me? Like we all
That's a
got.
fact. No, that's
That's it.
real.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I like your approach with this, man. It's definitely gonna, like I said, it's gonna set you apart from the rest of, and it's gonna really do wonders for your legacy once you really get things to where you really want to be. And it all started with BET, you coming home from school and watching all the videos, 50 Cent,
Yeah.
Fab, and all
That's a
this.
soldier boy
Yeah.
like that.
And,
I'm
and
not
being
a
from Harlem, which is interesting because you looked up to guys like Cam and these guys that were really putting on early in the 2000s. What was it that drew you to the Southern hip hop sound? Because I know you like Juicy J. So what kind of took you to like the Young Thugs and everything? Someone that's from Harlem. Because Harlem, it's all about, the flashy Mace and being a bar type of rapper, spitting bars. What brought you more to the melodic and Southern sound of hip hop?
I don't know because I felt like if I'm keeping it a buck, like if I'm keeping it all the way a buck, I just felt like New York for a minute was only really uplift. Like I felt like in New York, it felt like almost everybody got to jack you or everybody got to know you or feel like they know you to support your music or support your sound versus, and that's not necessarily even me as an artist. Like this before I was making music, I feel like I was already liking Southern music because the music that was being presented to me was actually good, and it was music. Yeah, it was good music, and not only that, it was music that like I don't know, it had a certain ring to it. Like they had different flows, different melodies, different shit. Same for New York too. We got good music. We got different flows. But what I'm realizing is that the music that was being pushed to me in New York was more so like popularity, like who dudes really is just fucking with, or who dudes want to promote because this person is from here and he knew him and he knew this guy, he shot him, he did this, so we're gonna push his song. Da, da, da. It's too much of that in New York versus in other places. Is like this dude is nice, this song is fire. You feel me? This sound good. This the anthem. We rocking with this for the summer. You feel me? That's how it felt. Like even I'm just thinking outside of even me being a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Just now just realizing the shit that was being sold to me, or like the shit that niggas was pushing to me. A lot of it was in New York was just, yeah, like I said, it's like he did this or this his man's this, so we're gonna push the, you know what I'm saying? New York is very politics based, even to this day, you feel me? And I feel like I think that's another reason why like when I started making music and stuff, I ain't really like understand the business too much because I'm from New York. So not only you gotta be talented, but you also gotta get with the politics and get with the you gotta be outside, gang. Like you feel me? You're not just gonna get lit just singing or rapping your ass off. But that's anywhere, but especially in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you were working with Wayno and getting with Asylum. So what did you kind of take away with that deal to where you're independent now, doing your own thing? So what were some of those things that you kind of learned single-handedly being there at a young age?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just need $1 million fucking dollars. These niggas don't know what to do with me. That's it. That's all I can say to that. And I'm not even relying on a label no more. Like I'm gonna be a millionaire regardless. That's not gonna be the end. I'm just saying like these niggas don't know what to do with me, bro. So like I'm locked in on myself. That
That's
whole
big. Yeah.
situation, I feel like yeah, I needed that situation for me to even like be able to assess my growth, like be able to look at that and then look at where I am now and where I'm going, and to really just be able to look at myself in the mirror and realize like I could do this shit myself. You know what I'm saying? Without nobody. Mm. And now that's not like I said earlier. You feel me? Like I said earlier, this is a team sport. But when I say myself without nobody, I mean like there's a sense of self that you have to have to do this shit, to do anything, you know what I'm saying? To do anything, like you gotta have a sense of self. If you don't have a sense of self, you could goddamn have a hit song tomorrow, and you're not even gonna really you're not yourself. The song is big. You're not you get what I'm saying. The song is big. People hear your voice, but people don't know you. They don't know you. You don't have a sense of self. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like all like everything that I gained from that deal and that whole situation it if I didn't go through that situation, I wouldn't have the sense of self that I have now, and I wouldn't have the mindset that I have now. So I feel like it was necessary, it was mandatory, especially where I'm headed. I feel like that's a part of my story. I can't try to act like I'm bigger than that or like I'm too cool for you know what I'm saying? For sure.
It put things in perspective to really show that you need to be independent and you know that you're meant to be in this industry and you're gonna, like you said, be a millionaire no matter what. It puts you right in the right mind frame that you needed to be in order to succeed.
No, for sure, for sure, for sure. 100%. Like I still like talk to my peers. I still like reach out to mentors that I got gained from, before the deal, after the deal. I still reach out to people in the office, all that stuff. Like I'm very adamant on, watering, pouring into what pours into you and just, keeping relationships steady, whether it's talking to people daily, weekly, monthly, whatever, checking in, holidays, all that. It's important, it's super important. But before anything, I feel like like as artists, creatives, or just as humans, like you know what I'm saying, we always have to stay in our youth. And like part of growing up, part of what takes you out of your youth is reality and stress. Like when you stress yourself out too much because of your reality, because your reality is really how you want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you could look at it like two different ways. It's always gonna be a good side and a bad side. You get what I'm saying? So, me being an artist that before I got signed, I didn't have no hit song. I didn't have no record that was buzzing. I didn't have no hood fame on none of that. I was just a dude who just came from Harlem. I was running around, putting sneakers, selling sneakers, getting fly, making a name for myself. I started making music and I landed a deal with Warner. And then after I landed that deal with Warner, I started to learn like, ins and outs about music, learning ins and outs about, budgets, stuff like shit that I ain't even really care about before I was doing it. So I look at all of that as a blessing to be even able to learn to figure myself out and learn about like corporate America and learn about my craft, my talent as a youth going into a man in that space. You know what I'm saying? It's like how many people learn about themselves in gang beef, or how many people learn to figure out who they are through people dying, or figure out who they are through, you know what I'm saying? I got to figure myself out through getting a deal with Warner and getting a couple shit going bad, probably a couple releases getting fucked up. Like, are we kidding? Like, that's a blessing. Now I could really come out of that situation and mold myself to be a beast. You know what I'm saying? If I can't do out of that, it's like, what more bad stuff do I want to happen to me? For me, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
It is. And you
Yeah.
were right out the gate with it because you get linked up with G Herbo through a common friend and you get that record together, which that was big for you because that was all on
Oh,
your
yeah.
own.
That was big for sure. Hell yeah, that was big. That was huge. Herbo, shout out to Herb for sure. He always been somebody that I just like. Herb is a legend, bro. Like if you went to high school in my generation or just you grew up in my generation, you know who Little Herb is, bro. Like, you feel me? And I'm from Harlem, so it's just like niggas from Harlem don't got songs with G Herbo or even Chicago nigga. Like niggas from Harlem don't collab with Chicago people on cool shit, nigga. Like the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really like one of those people, few people in the history books that did that. You know what I'm saying? And Herb genuinely fucked with the record, which means a lot more to me than just the label putting it together and shit like that. But even with that, bro, like bro, after I put out that record, I don't think I put out much music until like 2022, like or around the pandemic time. I was figuring out all my situation with the label. Like once I dropped the G Herbo song and that came out, and then certain things, was going how they was going, I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. But given the fact either or, like, even though I was like adamant on getting out of my deal, I didn't realize how unprepared I was to like take on like the shit that I wanted to do independently. So I took time, you know what I mean? It took time. I dropped my last project 2020, and then now here we are, Gotham.
Yeah, all these years later, what was the time frame to why you think it took this long for you to drop Gotham? Because you said the last project was back in 2020. So was it just more you taking time or trying to find motivation or just taking your time with the records and not wanting to rush the process?
I was just going through life, bro. Like, I was fucked up. I ain't had no bread. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So got out my deal. I was going through man shit, bro. Like, so I already had signed a deal, gang. So it's already a certain level for yourself that you put yourself on. Now it's like I can't go less. And then I got no bread. So now I'm thinking how I'm about to eat. But then I'm like, damn, like I gotta top what I just did to blender.
You're crazy.
blender. Blender. You couldn't imagine it. Couldn't imagine it. It was some nights, yeah, couldn't imagine it. But I ain't gonna lie though, I knew it was gonna get better already. I already know because I was already in a situation where I had no song, no nothing, and I got from there to Warner dropping millions views, all that. So I'm like, bro, like I'm the type person, my brain is I got some type of crazy function in my brain. As soon as I start thinking my bad, my brain will force me to think about the good shit. So then I just will by default just be numb to the bad and just keep going. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that. And I realize that because even the people in my life, like when shit bad happens to me and I get up and I keep going, they be confused, even like, bro, like you still going? Like, you feel me? So I know like people just don't have that. You get what I'm saying? I thank God. I thank God because I know like I ain't the smartest person, but I know like if I would have gave up on music, I probably would have went. I probably wouldn't have been a doctor or some shit. Like I need Brad gang, so I would have still. I would have started wilding, doing some shit in the street. I don't know, but that's God like for me because it was mad times I could have just been like, oh fuck this shit, bro. Like when I got out of my situation with Asylum, it was pandemic. It was mad shit going pandemic, COVID. You can't go out, can't perform, you can't do this. I can't make how I'm supposed to make bread. I can't do shows. My project. I got a song with G Herbo. He was in the whole legal situation, so I couldn't even really like promote that shit how I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But spent 20,000 on it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been through a lot, and it's molded you to the person and the artist that you are now. It's going to take you further. Another point we could really look at too, to where you're really meant to be in this game, was when you were in the studio with Pusha T with the 1800 Tequila series. Because just watching
But
his
I push.
reaction and really confirming that what you got is dope. He liked the record that you got there.
Yeah, push a good nigga. Push is a good nigga. I said it. Where that was a whole dope experience too. That 1800 tequila Pusha T thing. That was before I even really like got on some like getting industry opportunities. That was probably one of my first opportunities on some industry shit. And then I I feel like I started getting probably a little like eager more once I started seeing things was possible, like going to LA, staying in a big ass hotel for free. I'm with Pusha T, he telling me things about my music. Mind you, this is a dude like just listening to him as our whole life. You feel me? My little brother, my older brother, look up to him and shit. So I'm just like, bro, this is exactly what I never dreamed of that I wanted to happen and it's happening. So I can't fuck this up. And yeah.
No,
Fast forward, man. Like Pusha T, I see Pusha T right now. How's he? How's so it's just like it's love, bro. Like, yeah.
that's great, man. I'm telling you, that's how you know that you're meant to be where you're at right now. You got the peers that see your vision and believe in you, and that's how you know you're meant to be here. Another moment too was when you got your record in HBO's Euphoria. That was another shock.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. I wasn't surprised though, to be honest. They had reached out to me and stuff like prior, saying that they wanted to place one of my songs in a show. It was actually supposed to be in Atlanta. It was supposed to
Okay.
be yeah, that Childish Gambino show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in Atlanta first. And then I don't know what happened. They asked me for the record. They asked me about ownership stuff about the record. I was just capping my ass off like, yeah, oh yeah, that shit is all mine. It's all me, buddy. Just capping my ass off. I just wanted them to get it on there. I didn't even really care about the money, bro. I just thought it was gonna be an opportunity that did turn into a bigger opportunity that I thought it was, and some money on the side. So that shit was a blessing, and I still get paid from it. Every quarter, swear to God, like still. Word. That was just one of the biggest blessings I ever caught. Swear to God.
Wow. See
Yeah,
all
not
these
bro.
things that have happened to
Euphoria.
you, just little Easter eggs right there as to what it's meant to be.
Yeah, no, that one was like I feel like that was all a part of the wait because I got landed that situation right before I signed with Asylum, and then it's kind of weird because like I got appointed. I got my lawyer right before I signed my deal with Asylum, and like probably like the week after I got my lawyer, my ex hit me up like, "Oh, congratulations, your song's in Euphoria." I was like, "Wait, hold up, isn't this supposed to be like a contract for this?" I send it to the lawyer, and she get to the bottom of it. She in emails, all the extra shit. And then she got to the bottom of it. They had money for me, my producer, all of this stuff. We ended up getting paid. It was a licensing agreement, or like a sync agreement. I didn't even know what those were at the time. Then once I found out what it was, I'm like, okay, so you can get a bag for your song just getting placed in a movie or a TV show. Got you. Say no more. Bet. And literally went through my email, looked at the little guidelines they had for the 1800 tequila for when we made the song, and I'm like, I'm gonna save this joint right here because I'm gonna start when I go make songs. I'm gonna follow this guideline. Like certain shit they have is like no curses, not like enticing people to do drugs or liquor. Like, you know, certain guidelines, like you could still make the song wavy and vibey, but just don't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, you make that kind of song that has all those criteria. If 1800 could pitch it, a liquor brand, then why can't NFL want to? You feel me? Same thing, same formula.
It is. See, you already know the business side of things, and that you can really make your pitches there to get your songs into other places. And that's something that a lot of artists need to educate themselves on. But it kind of happened to you to the point to where you got the record in the show, and then you started to realize that, yeah, man, I could push it in other places. You just mentioned the NFL, and we're seeing now's the time to really kind of get on board with trying to work with the NFL. Now that you see all these with Jay-Z's getting all these artists in there, it's finally being accepted to an extent. But
Yeah.
Jay-Z's also forcing the hand too, because he's the business partner there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. United Masters, all these little labels and companies that got relationships with sports companies and like shows and shit now to kind of try to get acts and artists to like sign with them in exchange for getting their songs pitched on the, you know, platform and shit like that. I see all that stuff. I think the best bet for artists is to just get the fuck out the house and be more social.
Mm.
'Cause, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's not a Fortnite or a fucking I don't know 2K, like bro, go meet somebody who has a fucking PC game. Bro, it's 2024. There's independently owned version of everything that exists out here, and there's a poppin' version of that independently owned version that exists everywhere. So, bro, there's a fan base for everything, bro. I just found out, nigga, they got fucking this is mad weird shit, bro, out here, gang. If you a weird nigga, bro, it's a lane for you, even, bro. Even we got weirdo niggas, bro. Swear to God, it's money for everybody on the internet. I seen it with my own two eyes. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
there's a lot of them.
it's a lot of it's a lot of it's a lot of them, bro. It's a lot of them, bro. I swear to God, bro. But
Lots of weirdos. I'm telling you.
a lot, and bro, even in the lane in the field that we like to be in the music, bro, bro, like I found out there's like anime rap. I found out there's like so much shit, like you know what I'm saying. And I feel like the further we get into life and the more advanced technology you get, it's just gonna be easier for you to find the type of people that like the type of shit you like, who's into the type of shit you into. That's why TikTok, that's why Instagram, all these different shits have an algorithm, so it's easy for you to find who you need to find. So you're not just in a pool of, you know, the same people you knew your whole life, unless that's what you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like all the people who only know the people they grew up with, I know it's because of their own fault. They don't go nowhere. They don't travel nowhere. They don't leave. They only know the same people they know because of their fault. That's what they want. All the people that I know that want to meet new people, want to change their life, they already did it, or they're in the process of doing it. And I see them every day because I'm doing it too.
Exactly right. Oh,
Literally,
crazy.
literally, literally. And
Uh,
there's no ceiling to this shit. The show stops when you say it stops. Like we know people who fucking have rose from the dirt and gone to the top and decided to stay there and just stop at a certain level. We know people who've gone to the top and for some reason decided to come back down. We know some people who've gone to the top and haven't stopped since. And shit, we can't even see them right now because they're going so high. You get what I'm saying? So it's really up to you. It's up to
it
you
is.
again.
Yeah, never give up. That's the main thing too. A lot of people give up, and it could have been 2 weeks that they would make it, or a couple days, or even a year.
Right.
They give up.
Make your own path. Don't compare yourself. That's the biggest kill. That's the biggest death to any success or anything is comparison. I've seen so many people give up because they be like, "Oh, my shit is not looking like his." Damn, my shit is good, but it's not like yours. Or like, yo, like why can't I get it like that? You just, bro, it's chill.
I agree.
Yeah, swear to God.
Speaking of people that have made it to the top, Juicy J and Kid Cudi, those are two people that you want to work with. Have you been able to meet them at all yet throughout the time in the industry?
No, none at all. Actually, insane. It's crazy to hear those two names, like like now where I'm at and now where music is at, it's so crazy to hear those two names because like I feel like when I was saying, you know, like like at the time where I was even probably mentioning their names as my biggest inspirations, it was a time where like I feel like I was drawn, not drawn. I was driven by certain things. I feel like the things I was driven by at the time where I felt like those was my biggest inspirations. I'm driven by different things now. But those will forever be a part of my journey and who I aspire to be. So I would always want to do a song with Juicy J and Kid Cudi. But I haven't actually had a chance to meet them. I haven't put that energy out to that space.
I'm sure that you'll get there.
I've been putting energy to meet like other people and shit, but like I fuck with Kid Cudi heavy. Like I remember when I first heard "Erase Me" as a kid, that shit did something to me. Like I think it was just to know that music could be made that way because I'm not a kid who grew up in a household where like your parents was playing old jams from the 80s, like old American music. Like, I'm an African American kid. Feel me? Both my parents is African, and I'm first generation, meaning that I'm the first like person in my family or the first age group in my family to like indulge in like hip hop culture, shit like that, R&B culture. My older brother did too, but my older brother got deported by the time I was old enough to really be able to understand English and write. So it's not like I had an older brother figure like playing music in the house, putting me on all it. No, anything that I really garnished from hip hop, like culture or knowledge or anything, came from my own personal experience. Being in the house with BT on the TV, going to school, friends talking about music, putting me on. Me actually wanting to go and be a rapper and trying to do it. I might have wanted to be a rapper longer than I actually tried because I didn't have nobody in my life that was doing music or doing anything to make me get up and be like, I could do it. So I just thought it in my head,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, for all my life until I was probably 16, 17. And I was like, fuck this shit, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it took the risk.
Shout out my nigga Bobby Schmurder though, because I ain't gonna lie. I had to see people like that do it. Just people like, I think it hits harder when it's close to home. And I think that's one thing I could say about like that era from like the ASAP mob to like Rocky and Hot and Schmurder Gang and shit, and like the Migos, all those little groups that was coming out, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar. I think all of those waves is what inspired me to want to really make music. And not one specific person, or don't take the names I said too, because I feel like people do that too. I'll be like Kendrick Lamar, just throw names out. And he's like, yo, Kendrick Lamar, what inspired? Like, nah, it's not that. It's just the time period and the surges to see so many young people changing their life from pursuing some creative, you get what I'm saying? I don't know if it is always been like that in hip hop and I just started waking up paying attention around that time, or if 2015, the SoundCloud era, all that was just a shift, and we're now, because of social media, everything, it became easier for people wherever they are in the world to be able to connect to people who want to find them and go up. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like once I realized that, I'm like, I gotta get a part of this shit. Like, I gotta get a part of it. I need people to find me. Start getting on the internet. I start posting my fits. I start posting. I need people to find me. I need somebody to find me. I don't care if it's just 3 people that jack me. I need niggas to find me because I know I got something to offer.
Yeah, you got to get out there and promote yourself in the most that you can, whether it's fits, music, you got to get out there and promote, get the word out. You being from Harlem too, how much of an importance does Big L play into who you are as a hip hop artist? Because he's basically the god of Harlem when you look at it, the mural and just what he brought to the hip hop and battle rapping and everything from the lyrical perspective. How much does Big L mean to you?
I ain't gonna lie, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't really know too much about like Big L, but I did watch this one documentary and shit on him that made me respect him. Like he was really respected in the hood. He from a dangerous hood in Harlem. As far as around that time, it was definitely crazy hood. And I heard about how he was like, letting his shit hang. He was definitely, respected and shit. And then he went toe to toe with niggas like Jay-Z, like battle rapping, shit like that. You don't really see that too much in hip hop history, like a nigga going at it with Jay-Z and holding his own and really like, making whole fake, fall back a little and shit. So I respected like the history and the legacy he left behind and shit like that. Like I feel like if I was to leave a legacy behind, I would want it to be like that or bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being from somebody from Harlem, such a small place, and knowing how Harlem works and how like people in Harlem function and shit, I know how hard it is to leave that type of impact in such a small place with people who, yeah, we love hard and we love big, and we've been a mecca of fashion and culture for centuries or decades, whatever. But at the same time, like people, like we still small minded people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a small community. You know what I'm saying? People still think small is the hood. You know what I'm saying? And he did what he did. So I respect it. You feel me? I can't name a song. I'm not gonna act like, I bumped a nigga or I bumped something, you feel me, with Big L, but all the way, like, I know for sure, like, he's respected, Harlem legend and stuff. It's a lot, bro. Like, Harlem molded so many big figures, bro. It's too many, bro. It's
Too
too
many.
many. Like, I don't have a favorite rapper or favorite pop figure. Or I just try to learn all of them and respect the ones that had a story like similar to mine, or even just a story that I feel like, paved the way for niggas like me to be able to do what I'm doing now. 'Cause I feel like Big L paved the way for me. Even I can't tell you exactly how or what exactly it is, but he definitely paved the way for me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Something he did at his time made it easier for me being a dude from Harlem trying to rap, made it easier for me. Something he did. I don't know what, but so it's respect. You know what I'm saying? And I want to
Absolutely.
be able to, I want to 5 to 10, 20 years from now, for me, somebody come out and be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Niggas only able to do this because Hass Irv did this. Or not even that. I don't even need all that. Like, just like, yo, Hass Irv was here and yeah, like you feel me. This shit kept going, or this happened because you know what I mean, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
it's about leaving a mark. And me personally, I don't even feel like legacy is like it really, because it's like at the end of the day, like when you pass away, only people who really, 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 really is gonna be like thinking about you every day on some, you know what I'm saying, is your family, unless you got fans worldwide, this, that. And I feel like people want to leave a legacy behind so that they feel like they're not forgotten or they're not like, only looked at as what they were, like, you know what I'm saying? Like on a like if you was a finance worker who hated your, like, you don't want to be remembered as like your 9 to 5 self. You want to be remembered as, the provider, the guy who paid the bills, the father, this, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely, man. And you're going to be remembered. You're already making strides out here, doing things that people haven't done. You mentioned the G Herbo record. Now that you got the Gotham EP out, you got the videos for each song on the record. Do you have some performances coming up that you have lined up yet?
yeah, I'm gonna do a show in February in New York, and then I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna start traveling and shit. I'm gonna go to all over. I want to go to Europe first, tap into Europe. Just move around, bro. Like, places to be and faces to see, and people want to see me. So it's like, yeah, bro. People can expect to see me everywhere. I don't have nothing set in stone just yet, but yeah, you can expect to see me everywhere real soon. You valid. I got tickets for you everywhere again.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Surely, it's us.
Yeah,
It's
man.
us. Hmm.
Absolutely. Hass Irv, I think we covered everything, man. I think we covered everything. You feel as though there anything that we missed that you want to let the fans know about? Anything else that you have on the way that you didn't let loose here today on?
Um, Honestly, just like be patient with yourself. Don't turn your back on the ones who's always been in your corner, even if it gets hard. Like, you know what I'm saying. Like, if they accept you for your flaws, you gotta accept them for their flaws. It's no one sided in anything. Um, Being selfish and being selfish, there's a difference between the two. Know the difference. Use them both wisely, and use them at the right time because you're gonna need both. And be yourself. Like we said, just be yourself. There's nothing wrong with being yourself. Just don't do too much to the point where like you trying to get noticed because you might not get the reaction you want, and now you got to get out of character. You know what I'm saying? So just be yourself. Just be yourself.
Be
Literally.
yourself.
Yeah.
Authentic.
What days are you on? What days you live?
I'm
Loading.
live on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mondays and Wednesdays. Tune in with DJ Mad Max, man. It's good for your health. Word. I
Absolutely. Oh,
said
I
it.
appreciate that.
I said it. Word.
I appreciate that, man. Hass Irv, thank you
My
for
brother.
coming on the show. We're locked in. You're always welcome back on. I got the Gotham EP in my rotation on Live 365, iHeartRadio, Mad Max Radio.
Sir, you heard that.
Tap in, tap in.
Tap in, tap in.
And shout out to JQ too for getting us connected too and setting
Big
us
shout
up.
out JQ. Big shout out, my brother. I'm about to call him as soon as we get off the phone. Let him know we did this. Everything went good. And definitely, bro. I'm shout me on Instagram or wherever, bro. Let's definitely stay connected.
Absolutely,
Definitely
I
stay
got you.
connected. Surely, I appreciate you, gang.
You
Enjoy
already
your
know,
weekend.
man. Congratulations on everything. I'm looking forward to those upcoming performances too, and the videos for these records.
Got you, for surely.
Keep doing your thing.
You
Let them know
out,
where they
man.
can follow you on Instagram and all those platforms. X.
Hass Irv on Instagram, Twitter. Twitter's Hass or Hassi. TikTok Hass Irv one. I'm everywhere, man. HASSIRV. Instagram is like 3 V's. We up, man. Let's go.
Got it.